Good evening and welcome to part 2 of today's Friday night doubleheader. It kicked off at 5 p.m. when the Sounders women took a 1-0 win over OSA FC, and now the second part starts here right now. You're watching the PDL on YouTube, brought to you today by Bootstrapper Studios. I'm Peyton Behrens, and we're here for the Sounders U23 as they're on their playoff push for the 2017 season here, trying to compete in the Northwest Division today against the Victoria Highlanders. And let's look at these starting lineups today. In goal for the Highlanders, number 1, Simon Norgrove. Number 4, the forward, Sho Gato, who's got 5 goals on the season. He's going to be a dangerous threat up top for the Highlanders. Looking around things, number 5, Stuart Heath. Midfielder, number 8, Francesco Bartolio, has 2 goals on the season. Forward, number 10, Andrew Ofosu, has 1 goal on the season. Defender, number 12, Ryan McCurdy. Number 14, Owen Pierce. Number 15, Jonah Smith. Number 16, Robert Ang. Number 17, Iski Van Dorn. And number 18, rounding out the starting 11 for the Highlanders, Fabian Kirimata. The substitutes on the bench is Yuichiro Hayami. Number 7, Justin Donaldson. Number 9, Solomon Constant. And number 11, Ava Batusol. Looking at the Sounders starting 11 today. In goal, Paul Christensen. He's going to be wearing the number 31 and the highlighter yellow jersey in the back for the Sounders. The back line, number 2, Arian Blackstock. Number 6, Trevor Jensen, usually a midfielder. He might be playing in the center back today, and we'll see how that pans out for him as he's listed as a defender in today's starting lineups. Number 4, Matthew Renica. And number 3, Casey French, is going to be on the field for the Sounders U23. Start things off here in the midfield. Number 24, Nathan Ani. And it looks like Ani and Jensen may have made the switch where Ani's going to be playing center back and Jensen is going to be in his natural holding center midfield position. Looking around the rest of the midfield, number 20, Adam Jones, who leads all goal scorers with 4, and he leads the assist for the Sounders U23 with 3 assists on the year. At right midfielder, it's Yoshi Chafin. At center attacking mid, number 29, Randall McDermott. And the striker today, number 12, Eddie Na, also on the far side wing. Number 33, Derek El Tigre Johnson with a goal and 2 assists on the season. The Sounders coming off of a 3-2 win over the TSS Rovers last week. And we are underway here from Sunset Stadium. The Sounders desperately need to keep winning if they want to make their push into the playoffs. All pieces has to fall in their way if they want to find themselves into the postseason, as they're sitting behind the Calgary Foothills FC and the Portland Timbers U23 at the moment. Sounders going to be wearing the rave green tops with the rave green shorts and the blue socks. Jensen with a header. Johnson trying to chase it down. Battling on the far side with Jonah Smith. And the Sounders have a throw-in. The Victoria Highlanders come down from Canada. They're wearing the all-white kits. The last time these two teams met, the Sounders took away a 1-0 victory in Canada. They got one more match on the season up north of the border coming next weekend. Sounders on top of the 18. Nah to Jensen. Now it's overlapping with French. French plays out wide. The cross comes in from Chafin, and it's into the hands of Norgrove. The quick rollout from Norgrove. He wants to get things rolling quickly. Blackstock trying to contain on the far side, and he takes over possession. Dribbling around and getting a pass off. There was a whistle there as an extended arm caused a foul. The sun is setting to the left here at Sunset Stadium, and it will be in Norgrove's eyes for the entire first half. Possibly Christensen might have to deal with it in the second half. Highlanders get into the attacking end. Working through things here is Pierce. Pierce gets taken off his feet. No call there. Chafin brings down with his chest. One little touch. Now it's a ball played in behind him. Na was in the box. He was the targeted man. Could not get on the end of that. Looking around things for the Sounders, it's a completely different back line than what we saw last week and even what we saw earlier in the season, as the 4 starting backs for the Sounders U23 headed back to college. Nathan Ani got the start in the first game of the season in the back line. We see him play the midfield as well. It's out of bounds for a Sounders throw in the attacking end. Casey French looks for support. The one touch from Chafin, looking for McDermott. The right-footed cross goes over the goal line and out for a Highlanders goal kick here in the early stages of the game. Norgrove back to take the kick, and looking at the first part of the doubleheader, we saw great goalkeeping from the two sides. And Eddie Naw gets pulled down, foul called. The first game tonight, absolutely fantastic goalkeeping. The Sounders put up a clean sheet at the hands of Sarah Scheimer. And for the OSA side, Corey Butterfield had an outstanding 90 minutes, only letting one go in behind, and it was off of a great header that was set up. And looking at tonight, we should be in for some more of that, as Paul Christensen is one of the best that the PDL has to offer. Renica on the free kick inside the Sounders attacking half. Plays the ball over to Johnson. Brings it down with his chest. Now he's battling a defender. Getting to it first is Jones. Out to Blackstock. Inside for Johnson. And played back out smartly to Jones. Trying to dribble around a double team. Jones drops back off for Johnson, but misses his target. It's out for a Highlanders throw-in. Johnson unable to keep that one in on the far side, trying just to send it down to the corner flag. Rolls out for a Highlanders throw. Still in their defensive half of the field. Have two forwards pushing high are the Highlanders, and that's Sho Gato and Andrew Afosu. And a foul called as Blackstock was pushed. Excuse me, I believe it was Blackstock who committed the foul. It seemed like the referee had pointed in favor of the Sounders. Switches it up, places the ball where he believes the foul was. We're going to get underway with a Highlanders free kick, finding its way to the top of the box. It's flicked on for the back post. It was headed towards Goto, but cleared away by Ani. A great heel flick into the attack. Now Ani's doing great work to get it out of danger for the Sounders. Eddie Naw chases it along the back line, and it's Heath sending it back to Norgrove. Van Dorn playing alongside McCurdy in the back. Renica with a great step to win that interception. The Highlanders took back over and over the yellow line, so we got a throw on far side. Johnson wants to go quickly into space for Eddie Nas. Nah behind. Nas in a double team now. Splits one defender, but can't get around the second. Possession in the middle. Gets around Jones. Now it's with French. French sees a split. It's out wide now for Chafin. Chafin looking for the support. Has McDermott, but in an offside position. There goes the whistle. And the Highlanders, who were feeling the pressure of the Rave Green, got bailed out by the referee's whistle.
Offside's just called.
Center official today, Suhi very precise so far on where he wants the ball set on all free kicks. Could cause a problem as players are very lenient on where they want the free kick to be set. McDermott plays back to Jones, plays a ball down the line for Chafin, but he doesn't have the speed to track that one down. Goal kick taken by Norgrove. Sent over the 50. Great header won by Ani. The Sounders now have possession into the attacking end. Chafin cuts into the middle. Has an overlapping run from McDermott. Chafin still space. Gives off to McDermott. One touch right foot across into the box. Chafin with a shot. It's pushed away by Norgrove. Johnson chasing it down. He keeps it in play. Sends in the left footer over Chafin's head. The Highlanders now going the other way with possession. Ofosu is a turnover now. Chafin near side. Plays into the middle with Jones. Jones gets it away from the pressure, and now it's Blackstock. Far side with Johnson. Eric Johnson right foot across, looking for McDermott. The header only goes to the backside of the 18 before it's pushed away by Robert Eng for the first Sounders corner of the night. Adam Jones, the last time we were out here at Sunset Stadium, took 15 corners on the night. Surely got tired of running sideline to sideline, but here he is again on his work grind. Of those 15, the Sounders scored one.
Corner kick coming up. Brought to you by Daytag number 20.
It was a header off of Jalen Chrysler, not in the game, but Jones approaches the corner, sends in the right foot of the header. It was Nathan Ani who came crashing in, made a great run, made great contact off the header, and just put it off the football uprights over the net. And Adam Jones so good on those corners to find his center backs when they go crashing up. Just like last week when Chrysler got his head onto one. And Ani is a header machine as he won a second ball right there. Highlanders working with it. It's near side with Eng. Sends it back to Norgrove. Near side with Heath, playing back to Norgrove. Lots of time and space in the back for the goalkeeper. Sprays a pass out to the far sideline. Johnson pressures. Blackstock wins on the pass. Trying to play Nah to the back foot, but he can't get it there. Nah still chasing it down. The work rate is outstanding from Eddie Nah here early, 12 minutes into the match. Blackstock with another great interception. The anticipation on Arian Blackstock. Absolutely fantastic here. Header won but put away by Blackstock, and it'll be another throw for the Victoria side. Goto gets some space, but Adam Jones says, "Get that out of my kitchen," and sends it as far as his left foot could put it. Jensen with a great through ball over the top. Can Chafin get there? No, Eng's just going to head it back. Smartly to the keeper, playing it safe. Header won by Ani, but back into possession for the Highlanders. Letting that ball run over his head was Fabian Kurimata. The work rate from Casey French allowed the Sounders to win a throw-in on the near side. Deep throw on the header from McDermott. Couldn't find Nah. And as Victoria has shown early here in these first 14 minutes, a lot of play back to the goalkeeper. French wins the header. Now the second ball being battled. And McDermott commits a foul on Iski Van Dorn. Highlanders have a free kick. Play it quickly. A very direct ball that Ani sends away with the outside of his foot. Adam Jones tries playing Blackstock, and now it's trouble for the Sounders as Christensen watches that one go into the side of the net as it deflected off Matt Renica. The attack was started by Francesco Bartolio. And now a left-footed corner on the way. The in-swinger. Dangerous. Ani trying to clear it away. Johnson sends it away with the left foot. Out into the neutral third. And a heavy touch from the center back. Looks like Sounders are going to be able to capitalize something off this. Johnson sends a long diagonal ball intended for Nah, but Norgrove way off his line. Missed touch. Eddie Nah hits the turf. Foul is called. We might be seeing a caution here as Norgrove was the last man back. It could have been a shot on goal, and there is the first yellow card of the night. Here in the 15th minute, Eddie Nah gets taken to the ground by Norgrove, way off of his line. Derek Johnson played a great diagonal ball, saw Nah, saw the keeper off his line, and made Norgrove pay with the yellow card.
Yellow card caution given in the 15th minute to the goalkeeper for Victoria Highlanders FC, number 1, Simon Norgrove.
Now let's see how the Sounders want to play this free kick with Adam Jones on top of it. He can put this ball nearly anywhere that he wants it, maybe into that near 6 for somebody to run on and flick to the back post, or he might be looking at the back 6 trying to find a big tall tree for the header. Jones, free kick going to the back post. Norgrove scoops it up. Highlanders now keeping the ball in the back, and a pass that was at the waist of Norgrove. Not ideal for what you want to send back to your keeper while he's standing on his own 6. Renica with the header. Jones on the second ball. Can't find a teammate, only finds Van Dorn. Now it's near side with Kurimata. Switching play through Bartolio out to the far side. And the early cross comes in. Renica can't win that header, but it gets flicked on where there's not a single Highlander on the backside of the box. It would have been trouble if there was a white shirt in the area. Renica out wide for Blackstock. Great turn for Blackstock. Now he's driving up the sideline. Ball trying to find Nah. Nah is being absolutely tormented, but he gets around from it. It's a 4-on-3. Nah gets blindsided by Van Dorn coming up from behind. The Sounders had a great opportunity there as Nah was able to shed off the defender, had a 4-on-3 before Van Dorn had anything to do about it. Christensen taking his time, picking out exactly what he wants to find, sends it long. Chafin on the header. McCurdy, the center back, is still pushed high up into the Highlanders attack. Jones gets taken out from behind, and it's going to be a Sounders free kick as Andrew Afuso was the culprit. Ani on the free kick. Now let's Renica take over. Long ball for Johnson. He's in behind the defense. Back to the net. Nutmegs one. Now he's driving down the goal line. A low pass to Eddie Naw. Shot! And it hits the chest of a defender. Cleared sky high.
The shot that time, number 12, Edward Nah.
And a great turn by Casey French. French now is a one-on-one. Plays out wide for Chafin. Right-footed cross going far post. Johnson's able to head it back. Naw with his chest. Naw lays back off to Johnson, and a shot. Skies way too high. The Sounders show good attack there. Johnson had a great cross to start things up and set up for an Eddie Naw shot. Naw was point blank, but a defender got in the way and knocked it down with his chest. Ball was able to stay in play by great work from Jones and Chafin. Casey French as well. French now on the battle. Jones takes over. Jones sends a diagonal ball in for McDermott, but a great touch knocked down by the Highlanders defense. Now turning is Van Doren. Space in front of him. Jones on the left. Johnson on the right. Lays it off. Doran still into the attack. Gets the through balls. Renica on. Now it's with Ofuso. Great layoff to Gatu. Gatu on top of the box. Left-footed shot. Goes up, and away for a goal kick. Sounders U23 dodge a bullet there as the Highlanders attack was a well-oiled machine there moving up the field. 20 minutes into the match. Sounders 2 shots on the frame. Highlanders, big goose egg. Through ball intended for Ofusu, but the flag is up on the far side. It's going to be a delayed call. He was in an offside position.
Congratulate the Tacoma Stars at Showwear Center on another successful professional indoor soccer season. Check out the Tacoma Stars at www.tacomastars.com and come watch our partners in the game of soccer.
Norgrove sends that low on the ground. It's trouble. Sounders have a lot of high pressure right now on the Highlanders defense. Johnson. Renica on Gatu. Blackstock takes it away. Can he get away from the defense? Blackstock Johnson pokes it away, but a foul for playing on the ground on the far side, and the Sounders now set up a free kick just about 40 yards away from the frame. Free kick comes in, it floats far side, intended for Chafin. He gets a head on it. And there's a foul call as Chafin was underneath the defenders. Slow to get up. That's Stuart Heath still on the ground. Chafin just got stuck under him. And the Highlanders on the free kick after the foul. Ani wins that one with his feet. McDermott and Nah pushing high. McDermott's going to chase down Norgrove. Plays out to Heath. Heath plays into Ofusu. Great turn between the two defenders. And gets it out wide. Ortolio. Sends a ball through the Sounders defense. Highlanders get in behind, but poor cross, and Ani's there to clean it up, send it out to the neutral third. Jones gets a one-touch, sends it over the top for Nah. Nah just puts his head down and runs, but runs too far to read the bounce. As the backspin on the ball caused it to go over the head of Eddie Nah. Throw in, and the one touch goes up the line, out of bounds. Sounders now going to take over. Looking at the playoff picture, the Sounders are not out of things. Sitting in third place right now behind Calgary, behind the Timbers. Need a little bit of help. Need one of those teams to start losing. The Sounders have to be able to win out if they want to find themselves in postseason play. 2 more games on the season after tonight. One at TSS Rovers, the other at Highlanders. Ball goes into the back line and headed back to Norgrove. So the Sounders season is far from over. 2 games next weekend could possibly find themselves in a playoff situation. But everything needs to fall into place. Ani wins another header. This man is an absolute machine when it comes. Quick throw in there. Up the near side, Chafin takes over. Inside for Jensen, but the mistouch rolls all the way back to Heath in the back line. Now it's inside for Van Dorn, but it's taken over by Jensen. He's on the counterattack. Nah to the left, gets it. Takes a touch in from him. Nah with the toe poke, gets in. Eddie Nah! The Sounders open things up in the 25th minute. And you can thank Trevor Jensen for that one. Jensen with the great interception on the counterattack. Eddie Nah gets the nice pass, puts it in front of him with one touch, and the second is just a simple toe poke past Norgrove. Great work from the Sounders U23 to open things up in the 25th minute.
Sounders U23 goal scored in the 26th minute by number 12, Edward Nah. Assist going to number 6, Trevor Jensen.
Johnson can't keep it in play. Another interception in the midfield, nearly the same place as Jensen. Sounders couldn't track it down to capitalize, but French gets a toe poke around to keep that one in the defensive end of things. Ani runs past the ball. Ofusu now in behind the defense, gets around Renica. Casey French is there to clear that one over the sideline and out for a throw-in. Try and slow things down for the Highlanders, kill the momentum. The first 5 minutes after a goal scored are sometimes the most critical for a defense. Chafin can't get to that. Ani can, sends it deep. Headers one, send to Heath. Near side with Heath. It's in the middle for Pierce. Drops back to the goalkeeper. Pierce gets it back. Last time these two teams met, it was a 1-0 win for the Sounders, but coming in much later fashion than what we've seen today with an 85th minute goal from Adam Jones. that split the two teams. Nah flicks that one down the line for Johnson. Johnson dances around, making sure that doesn't deflect off him so the Sounders can keep the throw in possession. Blackstock jogs down to take the throw in. Tyler John on the bench, usually the starting left back for this squad. And he has an incredibly good deep throw in. Johnson with the header flicks it on. No green shirts can win it. Ani gets up. French wins the header and finds Chafin. Now it's with Jones, inside with Jensen. Through ball, can Chafin split the two? Norgrove takes a touch. Sends it wide. Great trap there on the near sideline for Fabian Kiramata. Sui says back that throw in up. Chafin with a toe poke. And you can see Stuart Heath grabbing his ankle. He's limping there on your screen, number 5. He must have picked up a knock. We might see an early substitution for the Highlanders here. They're carrying a short bench today. Coming down from Canada. Only 5 on the bench. One of them is a backup keeper. Heath still hasn't shaken this off. That's troubling to see for the Highlanders. Ani wins a header. Jones sends it up in the air. Heath misses that header. The injury could come back to bite the Highlanders. A third of the way through the match here. Norgrove sends that near side. A fantastic touch again on the near side from Kiramata. Now it's with Eng. Eng plays inside for Van Dorn. Switching play. Now trying to go over the top of Johnson, who just volleys it out of the air towards the sideline. Throw in for the Highlanders. Up the sideline for Ofusu. Inside for Gotu, but he lays it off. Kiramata with a strike, and it's deflected away. Is this one going to get to the corner flag? It's rolling. Hits the corner flag, and it goes out for a throw after that. Ani steps to that ball first. It's Nah now on a one-on-one with the defense. Eddie Nah with the injured Heath. Now a second defender back. An overlapping run from Ani, who won the initial ball in the back line, is the first man hustling up. Now Ani's got some work to do to get back. Nearly wins possession back for the Sounders as he hits the turf. Now the Highlanders play with the ball in the back line. Jensen fills Ani's hole in the back. Nah trying to chase down the one header from Jones. Gotu with a great pass to the outside, getting around Johnson. But the second ball doesn't get around El Tigre. Now it's inside in the middle. For McDermott, carrying. Has support with Johnson, but plays the ball just too direct. Heath for the Highlanders, still hobbling. Ani is off to the races with Gotu. Sends that ball into the middle. Jensen turns on it. Now a direct ball in behind, and it's beautifully done. Can it stay in? Yes. But McDermott wasn't able to keep possession, had to slide to keep it in play. And now it's in the middle with Pierce. Give and go with Kiramata, and Pierce is going up the line, sends a ball for Ofusu. Him and Ani one-on-one down to the goal line, sends in a left foot across, and it'll be the second corner of the night for the Victoria Highlanders.
Corner kick coming up for Victoria.
Last time there was a corner, the Sounders were able to get on a quick counterattack Forced Norgrove off his line for a yellow card. Cross comes in. No white shirts around, and now gets sent back into the box on a volley. Header one. Now Na battles for it. Can't get it anywhere. Kiramata. Give and go. Blackstock can't clear it away. Ball still on top of the box. Dancing with it. Now it gets sent out wide. It's Pierce. Left-footed cross comes in. The header gets skipped on by to the top of the box. McDermott sends it to Na. Great touch to get around. It's a 2-on-1. Has Chafin in space. Can Chafin get past Alfusu? And he cannot. The speed there from Fabian. Excuse me, that was Fabian Kiramata. Was able to outpace Yoshi Chafin. Jensen at the 50. McDermott plays out wide for Yoshi Chafin. Has two running into the box. Chafin once more time, wants a third runner. Sends it across, and it's out for the second corner for the Sounders on the night. As we are in the 34th minute, Sounders are still leading 1-0 off the goal from Eddie Na in the 25th minute. Jones walks over to the near side, set up for the corner. Sounders set 3 inside the 6 in front of Norgrove's goal. Have 4 on top of the 18. Backside of that 18, ready to crash in. Derek Johnson sitting on top of the box, ready to clean up anything that bounces out his way. Renica, Ani, and Na are the 3 up top. Cross comes in. It's looking for Renica. Can't get there. There's Johnson, top of the box. It's a strike. Ball still bouncing around in the box. Norgrove's off his line, and the clearance gets sent for a throw-in. Highlanders not out of trouble yet. The Sounders still into the attacking end. Over to the near side for the throw, Casey French. Ball flicked into the top 6, but a foul was called. I believe that's McDermott, who was battling on the corner of that 6, trying to win positioning on the header. (1-0) lead here in the 35th minute, as it's the Sounders U23 last home match on the USLPDL regular season. That one goes far out of bounds. Sounders have 2 more games. The stoppage in play was for Van Dorn, who had left the field at some time. Referee allowed him to wave back on. And now behind on the through ball, it's Alfusu one-on-one with Christensen. Save! Jones.
Shot by number 10, Andrew Alfusu.
Trying to find Na. McDermott on second ball. No, Chafin gets past him, and a foul is called. As it's Stuart Heath grabbing that same ankle he's been limping on most of this first half. We'll see if that's going to be the one that ends his night. He's on the ground. He doesn't seem to be getting up very fast here in the 37th minute. And McDermott is going to get talking to from Soo-hee It's a long talking to in the principal's office today for McDermott. But no caution will be awarded. It seems he has another one to play with out there. And as Soo-hee blows his whistle, recess is over, and we're underway again. Header gets flicked on, bouncing around the corner of the box, cleared away by Chafin. Highlanders have a throw in the Sounders attacking half. Excuse me, the Sounders defending half. Eng on the throw, sends it back to Heath. Norgrove takes his time. Sends to the sideline. And Fabian Kurimata has had some great, spectacular touches in tight areas on this near sideline. Absolutely outstanding. He's done with the thighs, the chest, and the feet today. Very dangerous player on this left flank. Simon Norgrove, the goalkeeper, has just as many touches as any other player out there on this Highlanders side. Seemingly every other ball is getting played through Norgrove as if he's their center midfielder. Header flicked on. Taking it down the line is Kurimata. Has space. Beats Ani to the goal line, but dribbles it just out of bounds. Kurimata too fast for his own dribble. Highlanders just one shot so far in the first half. The sun is setting behind the hill. Just on the other side of Paul Christensen's net. Shouldn't have to be an issue he will deal with in the second half. Looks like only Simon Norgrove will have to have dealt with it in the first half. Some home field advantage there. Nah gets in behind the Highlanders defense. The ball stays in front of it. Now a long ball sent up. Renica defending. And now off to the races. Ani is in a foot race. The slide challenge with a Fusu. Cross comes in, and it comes off of the boot last of Casey French and off of goalkeeper Paul Christensen. Unfortunate there for the Sounders U23, giving up an own goal here in the 40th minute. You cannot be pleased with that, getting ready to go into halftime after the Highlanders only have one shot throughout the entire first part of this match, 40 minutes in. And we're ready to get things underway again.
Victoria Highlanders FC goal scored in the 40th minute, an own goal.
Carrying the other way, it's a long shot.
23, number 3, Casey French.
Christensen back for the goal kick. Now the target heads on for McDermott. One-one match we have here at Sunset Stadium. The Highlanders playing up the line. Now ball going in up over the top. Brought down beautifully by Pierce. Gets it back on the give and go. Fusu working, using his strength. Playing wide. Great step there from Jones to win back possession. Johnson, long ball over the top, looking for Nah, can't get him. Now the Highlanders, a lot of momentum going for them. Zrenica has to clear that one to the sideline. Blackstock clears his lines there with a big clearance. Foul called before that. Christensen sets up the free kick. Sends a long ball intended for Johnson. Gets a head on it. Nah brings it down with the chest. Nah dribbling back. Drops off to Blackstock. Johnson left foot across into the box. Norgrove cleans it up. Blackstock with the challenge. Now throwing goes down the line. Renica there, clearing it away. McDermott can't get on the header. Eddie Na's in behind, but he's offside as Norgrove comes off his line to clean that one up. Na had a good opportunity there.
Offside's call. Guys, make sure to stay up to date on team news, video features, and highlights. Do it all by logging on to SoundersU23.com. You can watch all the goals and the recap of this match later tonight on SoundersU23.com.
Here as we approach stoppage time, we'll see how much is added on at the end of the half. As we're still looking for where to set the free kick here. Long ball gets sent on. He doesn't win that header. French chasing it down.
So
clear.
Let's give a nice round of applause to our ball kids out there today. Matt Rainier,
Nah.
helping us out.
Winning it off the foot of Pierce. Lays off for McDermott. McDermott can't get around. Now going in the other way. Ofusu in a foot race. Christensen is off of his line. Ofusu trying to create space. The right-footed shot gets deflected straight up into the air. Jensen trying to take the one-touch. Touches out to Blackstock. Blackstock sends that over the head of Eddie Na. Good passing for the Highlanders until French comes through. Now Chafin makes one defender misread it. And we are officially into stoppage time here. We'll see how much is added on. French on the throw. Ten for McDermott. Can't get there.
Stoppage time in the first half.
Norgrove gets the drop back. Sent upfield. Renica wins the header. Johnson gets the second.
Before the official has indicated a minimum of 1 minute of stoppage time.
Just a minute. Go to on the great turn. Plays the ball over the top. Renica's there to send it over the fence line. Highlanders may have one more attack in them. But this could take up a lot of the stoppage time here at the end of the half. Throw in on the far side, goes up the line. Johnson takes a touch, keeps it in play. And there it is, the last whistle of the first half, where we are knotted up 1-1. The Sounders, the Victoria Highlanders, find themselves tied at halftime. Don't go anywhere in 15 minutes. We'll be back with second half action. You're watching the USL PDL on YouTube, brought to you by Bootstrapper Studios.
Halftime is taking place, and we'll have the second half.
So the bad news is you're going in for knee surgery. The good news is you're not going to the hospital. You're going to Pro-Liance Surgeons for same-day surgery, so you get to recover at home. While your board-certified surgeon works with you every step of the way. And your out-of-pocket costs are lower.
Ask your doctor about Pro-Liance Surgeons or visit ProLianceSurgeons.com, the hospital alternative.
Hey, hospital bed.
What?
Can't you try to be a little more comfortable?
If you have surgery at the hospital, you're gonna be stuck with me for a couple of days.
Ow! Seriously?
Pro-Liance Surgeons has replaced the hospital stay with something better. Same-day surgery centers, so you can recover at home in your own comfy bed.
You're not cooperating.
Getting dizzy.
Learn more at ProLianceSurgeons.com, the hospital alternative.
Hey there.
Who are you?
I'm a hospital germ. You just had surgery, right? Looks like we'll be spending a lot of time together.
Yeah.
Proliant Surgeons has replaced the hospital stay with something better. Same-day surgery centers. There's less risk of infection because you recover at home.
Can I have a sip of your water?
No.
Learn more at ProliantSurgeons.com, the hospital alternative.
So the bad news is you just had hip surgery. The good news? You went to Proliant Surgeons for same-day surgery, so you're recovering at home, not the hospital. You're also getting individualized follow-up care with physical therapy and visits with your surgeon, all for about half the cost.
Ask your doctor about Proliant Surgeons or visit ProliantSurgeons.com, the hospital alternative.
Wait a second. You're my hospital bill?
Yeah, that's me.
But you're so high.
You spent 2 days there after surgery, cha-ching. Know what I'm saying?
Proliant Surgeons has replaced the hospital stay with something better. Same-day surgery centers, which means lower out-of-pocket costs.
You're ridiculous.
Ow, watch it, lady. I'm just the messenger.
Learn more at ProliantSurgeons.com, the hospital alternative.
So the bad news is you need shoulder surgery. The good news? There's ProLiant Surgeons. Because they're not a hospital, surgeries are performed at their same-day surgery centers, so there's less risk. You get to recover at home. And your out-of-pocket costs are lower.
Ask your doctor about ProLiant Surgeons or visit ProLiantSurgeons.com, the hospital alternative.
Welcome back to second half action here at Sunset Stadium. 45 more minutes to play as the Sounders conclude their home games for the 2017 PDL campaign. I'm Peyton Behrens here, and you are watching the USL PDL on YouTube, brought to you today by Bootstrappers Studios. And let's look back at things where in the first half the Sounders opened up scoring. It was Eddie Knott in the 25th minute where Trevor Jansen made a great interception just about 45 yards out, carried the possession all the way down to the top of the 18, laid off a pass to Eddie Knott, who took one touch and then ripped a shot past the goalkeeper, Simon Norgrove. And then going down on the other side of things, it was Andrew Ofusu who had the ball down on the far side corner flag, sent in across, and last touch off the Sounders defense. And it was an own goal in the 40th minute that tied up this game. Right now the Highlanders only have one shot on the net, and yet a goal is in the back coming off of the OG there in the 40th.
Out, number 11, Randall McDermott, and in, number 16, Troy Peterson.
And as you heard there on the loudspeaker, Randall McDermott checked out of the game. Number 16, Troy Peterson, checks in for the Sounders Rave Green Army here in Sumner, Washington. We're underway here with second half action. The Sounders wearing the all Rave Green blue socks get things going. The sun is set. The lights are on. We're set for a nice 45 minutes of soccer here in Sumner. Christensen sends the ball looking for Eddie Knott, but it's headed out. Arian Blackstock doing a great job at watching that one roll away. After the own goal in the first half, the Sounders' sails were deflated for the last 5 minutes of the half. Couldn't really get much going. And let's hope that Darren Sawaski gave a nice halftime pep talk, as we like to call him, to the boys in the locker rooms. Norgrove had a double team collapsing on him there, and he's got to be safe, as the Sounders know after that first half he is going to like to have the ball at his feet. In on the attack, it's Chafin. Chafin gets past one, gets down to the goal line. Can he send off a cross? Referee on the far side, that's Adu Rahman Keenan, saying it was out for a goal kick before the cross could come in. Adu Rahman Keenan is the assistant on the far side, the near side here. Ramon Mendez, and the fourth official tonight is Taylor Vance. Header won by Renica. Looking for Chafin, the great spin move. He hit the B button on him. Now he's going into the attack down the far side. Chafin gets past one. He's into the box. Chafin head up looking for help. It's a shot and a goal! Just like that, Troy Peterson, who has been on the field less than 3 minutes, finds a shot and a goal. The Sounders retake the lead here at Sunset Stadium. With the great assist coming off of the foot of Yoshi Chafin. Chafin beat his mark, got into the box, found the space, got his head up, and found the crashing Troy Peterson. And I think that may have been Troy Peterson's first touch of the game. Welcome in, Troy Peterson. Sounders retake the lead in a must-win game as they're still scrapping, clawing, fighting for playoff positioning as they're trailing behind the Calgary Foothills FC and the Portland Timbers U23. Working with the ball in the back now is McCurdy being pressured by Johnson on the interception. Toe poke to Jensen. Jensen now drops back off to Peterson. Johnson has an overlap from Blackstock. Goes inside to Jones. Jones still being battled in a triple team. Peterson now, and he's going to send the ball back calmly to Nathan Ani. Ani sends a long ball looking for Na. We talked about Darren Sawatsky's pep talk in the locker room at halftime, and something must have worked with that. After the quick goal to start the second half gives the Sounders the lead here against the Highlanders. Inside, Chafin, give and go, but just a bit too much mustard going down the line for Casey French to catch up to. French trying to pull that one off the foot of Gatu. Renica gets the drop back and sends something long. He sees two strikers over on the far side. Pierce sends a long ball looking for the speedy Afusu, but can't get around Ani. Nathan Ani, one of the best center backs that the USPDL has to offer. He has everything from size to speed to the slide tackling ability. He can score some goals. He can win all the headers in the air. Nathan Ani is a jack of all trades here for the Sounders as he toe pokes that one away in possession to Jensen. Now it's Jones on the attack. Jones slows things down, goes back, wants to give himself a little green grass in front of him. Sends a long ball, sees Johnson. Can it get over the back line? No, it cannot, as Johan Smith was there. Jensen with an interception. Takes a touch, plays out wide for Chafin. Chafin down the line for Jensen in behind space. Jensen gets taken out from behind. And nothing there as the spikes were above Jensen's knee as he gets pushed from behind. Surely he thought he was going to get a whistle in his favor, but the referee lets it go. In on the header behind. Ball gets played back dangerously to Norgrove, but he's able to take care of that one. Header was won by French. Now it's a ball down the line, looking for Gatu. Renica chases it down, clears it up the line, looking for French. And now it's Chafin with a heel flick. He's trying to go to himself up the sideline. And cheeky play there from Yoshi Chafin. Ball brought to the near side on the 50. Chest well done by Bartolio. Pass goes astray, out of bounds off Smith's boot. Blackstock now with the throw. Takes it down with the chest. Back to Blackstock. Peterson in the middle, plays it over the top of Gatu. Ani drops back to Christensen to avoid the pressure, sends it way up in the air. Can Jensen get under it? No, he cannot. The Highlanders now in the middle. Let possession go to Arian Blackstock, and now Derek Johnson on the ball. Nah, over the top. Doesn't quite make it over, but Jensen on the interception going. He's leading the attack, sends it out wide for Johnson. Left foot cross, it's low on the ground, deflected back towards Johnson's vicinity. He's chasing it down to the corner flag. And out for a Sounders throw into the attack. Blackstock. See what he has to offer on the throw-in. Can treat it like a set piece. Looking for Peterson, goes over. Now Jensen attacks. Carrying with it now is Van Doren. Sends a long ball over the top. Renika's chasing it down. The header goes back to Christensen, and danger is averted there for the Sounders. Troy Peterson with the one touch sends it a bit too far, a bit too wide. A great crowd we have on hand here for the second half of today's doubleheader. We saw a nice showing in the first game. The second game, much of the same, as a lot of the stands filled here in Sumner, Washington. For the Sounders U23, last home match of the season, taken over by Chafin. Chafin on the drive. Through ball going to Nah. Nah has three defenders around him. Nah has a heavy touch, but gets deflected and goes over the line, out of bounds. Last touch by Ryan McCurdy. The Sounders have their third corner of the match tonight, looking to capitalize, try and make this a 3-1 ball game here in the 54th minute. Jones to the far side. Jones sets the corner. Drops the hand, approaches. Jones, the outswinger, looking back post. Nah takes a touch. Nah working with the body, can't win possession. Johnson comes through. Jensen plays out wide to Derek Johnson. Now through ball into Jensen. Jensen runs past it. The clearance up to the 40. Blackstock's battling. The foul is called after a battle with Arian Blackstock and Andrew Ofosu. Ofosu, a very strong, tall forward. A real handful for Blackstock to try and contain there while the Highlanders had numbers. Renica with the smart header there. Johnson on the third touch, gets it away. Into the back with Heath. Afusu with his back to goal. Drops off for Van Doren. French wins the header to Nah. Flicks on for Jones. Blackstock battling down that near sideline. Foul is called. Christensen in that lovely highlighter yellow. You can see it from space to take the kick. Johnson battles for the header, can't win it. Now it's with Peterson, sends a ball out over the head in towards Norgrove. Blackstock can't win that header. It was won by Bartolio, flicked on. Renica sends it back towards the 50 where Van Doren battles with Peterson for it. Renica runs through that one to send it out of bounds. Now he's out of position. Tafosu gets it down in a triple team. Bartolio outside the foot pass into the middle. Looking out wide now for Smith. Drops it back off to McCurdy. Sends the ball high into the box looking for go-to. French can't get a great touch onto it. It's Kiramata. Kiramata gets through 3 defenders. He's going to the goal line. Left-footed cross low. Deflected away. Not out of trouble yet. Victoria has a corner kick. Owen Pierce goes to the far side to take the corner. Go-to on top of Christensen. Pierce sends in the corner. Headed away by Jensen. But he gets knocked back into the box. Christensen gets it on one bounce and bobbles it a little bit, but he's able to come up with it clean. Christensen with a big kick downfield. Headed on by Chafin. Jones running under it. Jones is going to chase this all the way down to Norgrove. And he puts up a nice little cheeky ball over the top of Jones. Peterson wins a header in the middle. Can Johnson get under it? No, he can't. Highlanders trying to get it out of their own defensive end. Nah chasing it around the back line. Renica settles, plays out wide for Blackstock. Drops back to Christensen. The double team works. Jensen on the counter attack, plays the Nah. Nah has Johnson in support. Can Derek Johnson get there? Takes a touch, looks up, trying to see if he has the numbers in the box. 3 men there. Johnson plays back to Blackstock. Now it's with Jensen in the middle. Jensen turns. Out wide for Johnson. And back to Blackstock again. Johnson through ball intended for Nah. Can not get there. Tries putting it around the defender, McCurdy, but can't. Now it's in the corner, deflected off Nah for a Highlanders throw-in. Throwing goes to Bartolio, drops it back off. Blackstock wins the header. Can't find a green shirt with it. Go-to plays it out wide to the far side. Kirimata now into space. Has Ani. Kirimata looks up with the right foot. French is there with the back heel. Now Ani dancing with it in the corner. Sends it up the line, being able to find Peterson with it, but it just goes back to Kirimata. Far side, looks up. Left-footed cross, gets deflected away by Ani. Kirimata keeps it in play with a great touch on that sideline. Ani now settles, looks up, finds Jones. Can Jones get around? Has a defender on the back. Jones gets past one. Can't get past the second. It's out for a throw-in. Here's, we've played an hour in today's match. 30 left to play. Advantage played by the official. McCurdy plays into the middle for Van Doren. He turns it over. Nearly into Jones's lap. He pokes it away. Nah. Right now the Victoria Highlanders are not making great decisions, turning straight into Sounders defenders. And in dangerous positions. Norgrove rolls out to McCurdy. Afusu gets around Blackstock, can't get around Johnson. In the middle for Peterson. Kirimata plays the ball into the middle, but it's sent out wide. Peterson sent it to Ani, but it's going to roll out of bounds. And it's a Sounders throw. Nathan Ani, incredibly smart play there. Collision on the sideline and just taps it off Kirimata's foot. Looking around the scenery of the field here. 5 Sounders warming up down behind the goal. They've only used 1 sub today. And for the Highlanders, 3 players sitting on the bench, 2 players up and stretching. We'll see if the Highlanders want to go to their bench anytime soon. We'll see if the Sounders want to try and make any defensive adjustments to try and contain the 2-1 lead that they have. A desperate 3 points is needed for the Rave Green today. And misread by everyone. Rolls past Blackstock out to the sideline. He retains possession. Now dancing around 2. Jensen can't find Johnson. It's a turnover by Smith. Takes it. Going the other way now. Johnson trying to win it back. Go to. Dribbling out to the far side. Brings it back. Lays it off for McCurdy. Early cross played. French is there. Go to with a shot on top of the box. Deflected away. No danger for Paul Christensen's net. Great move by Chafin to keep the attack going. Plays it in front of Jones into space. And it gets a little touch off of Heath. The Highlanders able to keep possession. Ani with the header into Peterson. Nah. Tries laying off to French, can't. Go to intercepts. Nah, looks like he's stretching, might be cramping up. He's the goal scorer on the day for the Sounders. Through ball. Can Afusu get through to it? No, Renika's there. Plays a square ball to Derek Johnson. Johnson plays Blackstock in space. Drops back for Renica. Now he has time. Substitute heading to the 50 for the Sounders. Long ball. Johnson wins the head. Looking for Jones. Norgrove way off of his line. Very simply for him to pick that one up. Norgrove still in possession, not in much of a hurry, being down 1 goal. Peterson flicks the ball over his head, looking for Jones, and on the one-touch Johnson. Jones gets it back. Jones cuts into the middle, has support out to the right side, uses it. It's Chafin. Yoshi Chafin now trying to drive. Brings it back, left-footed shot, curls, but it gets deflected away. French overlaps. Not ready for the pass, though. Bounces off the ankle. And now it's out in possession for the Highlanders. Carrying up the far sideline, Kirimata. Now it's inside for Afusu. Sprays a long ball far, far and away as it's out of bounds for a Sounders throw-in. Substitution in the offing for the Grave Green. We'll see who it's for. Eddie Nah is going to check out of the game. Eddie Nah scored in the 25th minute. Absolutely fantastic work from him. And Trevor Jensen. Jensen with the interception about 40 yards out. Able to carry the ball, drive, lay it off for Nah. Nah had the calm, cool composure to take a touch, see the keeper off his line, and slot a pass into the back of the net. Great work by Eddie Nah today, being able to get a goal on the day.
Edward Nah in number 25, Ryan Schaefer.
Sounders have used 2 subs. The Highlanders 0 as we are 67 minutes into the match. Schaefer is on the run now, trying to chase down McCurdy. Ball into Norgrove, sends it. Only to Derek Johnson. Gets a little push. Johnson hits the ground awkwardly. He's grabbing his ankle. Not a good sight to see. May have come down on that ankle. May have landed awkwardly, rolled it. We don't know. Hopefully Derek Johnson is okay to get up and play. But it looks like Troy Peterson is waving to the training staff. Johnson still on the ground. And now it looks like Johnson wants to be picked up under his own power. He's going to stay on. The training staff awaiting to see what Johnson needs, but as he did not receive any sort of attention for it, I do not think he will have to exit the field. You can hear the Rhubarb City supporter down there chanting El Tigres. Derek Johnson is known for the Tacoma Stars. Derek El Tigre Johnson, a talented player, graduated from PLU here in Parkland. A free kick on its way from Jones, crossed in. Bouncing in the box, the left-footed volley, it's off the post! Still working with it, Jones has a touch that goes just wide. And substitutions now coming on for Victoria Highlanders, looking like Fabian Kirimata is going to exit the field. Kirimata has been a dangerous threat to Paul Christensen's net all night long. See who else. It looks like Andrew Afusu. And those two players today have been two of the most spectacular players on the field, both with their strength, size, and speed. So we'll see what this new Victoria Highlanders team looks like, as those two were the heartbeat of this team in the first 70 minutes of play. Although two leading goal scorers are Bartolio and Goto.
And number 11, Eva Batusol. And into the match, number 18, Fabian Kurumada. And number 19, Cody Geisbers.
Long ball intended for Schaefer, can't get to it. And the two being subbed on, Eva Batusol and number 19, Cody Geispers. 20 minutes of work for those two subs to try and crack something. Now both sides have used two substitutions on today's match. Johnson with a deflection. He's in the box. Takes a touch with the left foot. The cross. It gets deflected away. The Sounders have their fourth corner of the night coming here in the 70th minute. Jones over to take.
Takes that corner kick coming up for the Sounders U23. Number 20, Adam Jones.
Sounders 3 inside the 6. Renica is going to jog inside there. Try and cause some havoc. Jones drops the arm, approaches. Right-footed cross. Backside. Now the Highlanders just going to send it away. Johnson slows it down. Can't win possession. Renica. Now a long ball being played over the top. The Highlanders are in on a 2-on-2 attack. Ball goes across the middle of the field and has to slow down. Goto. He sends in a left-footed cross coming from the same area it came from. That was Batusel who played that ball across the face of the top of the 18. And then he was looking for the header back. Still only one shot on goal for the Victoria Highlanders, and it did not result in their one goal on the match. Their only goal was an own goal scored in the 40th minute. Renica battles. Jensen now on the battle. Shoulder to shoulder. No foul called. It was clean. Going the other way. Chafin gets in a double team. Chafin hits the turf. And the whistle's blown. The Sounders have a foul. And that one looked like a little payback for no whistle on the first call. Soo-hyum doing a great job at keeping this game in control so far today. He hasn't used too many whistles, but he has been calling the necessary ones. Jones. Johnson chases down Norgrove. Blackstock retreats to cover the overlapping run. Carrying now is Bartolio. Lays back. Schaefer is going to chase this down to the near side. Chase down McCurdy. Inside for Pierce. Long ball over the top, looking for go-to. And Christensen has it in his hands. Christensen sends a drive deep. Norgrove very far off his line. Jones chases it down, and Norgrove was there ready for it. When that ball got punted over the 50, Norgrove was standing about 20 yards out. Jones into space on the turnover. Jones with the hesitation. He gets taken out, and there's a penalty kick on its way. Very unpleased there was Van Doren, sending that ball over to the sidelines. Another yellow card, and that will do it on the night for Simon Norgrove. He's already been yellowed tonight, and he will have to hit the road, Jack. Double yellow sends him out in the 74th minute. Now a substitution will have to be made, and the new keeper will have to come on to the game. Drama here at Sunset Stadium. The Sounders have a PK on the way. We'll see who takes it. I think the Highlanders are waiting to see who the substitution will be made.
For Victoria Highlanders FC, Simon Norgrove, which means totals up to a red card, and he is done for the game.
Owen Pierce is going to leave the game.
Finish for the night, and
Yuichiro Hayami checks in to try and do his work, and the first thing on his to-do list here in the 75th minute is save a Derek Johnson PK.
Coming up. Into the game in goal for Victoria now, number 22, Ichiro Hayami.
Derek El Tigre Johnson, one goal on the season already, looking to double his tally with the run-up. Sends it left side, and it's in the back of the net. 3-1, Sounders take a lead, 75th minute. Derek Johnson extends the lead, adds to his tally, and gives the Sounders some insurance here late in the game with 15 left to play. A crazy turn of events there, and how devastating is it to get a red card and a PK? It's the double whammy there. If we want to look all the way back at it, it was Jones setting it up. He was in the right position on the quick turnover, got the through ball. He was into a lot of space, and he left Norgrove no other option but to come off his line, slide out for that ball, and just take out the feet of Adam Jones.
On a penalty kick by number 33, Derek Johnson.
I think Derek Johnson owes Adam Jones a little bit for giving him that PK. Jones very capable of taking it. Now it's French in on the attack. French hit hard. Right foot cross comes in. French heads it on. Now it's Jones tracking back. The Highlanders on the attack, trying to get numbers forward.
Sounders U23 substitution. Out is number 8.
And on the counter attack here, Schaefer trying to get played over the top. Doesn't get in. It looks like Miguel Berry is at the 50, ready to check in. Blackstock clears that, but only as far as McCurdy. And now it's up the line. Great move to create space from Smith. Sends it across. Renica heads it away, and the Sounders still have work to do. With 13 minutes remaining in this match, it's far from over. We'll see who Barry checks in for. On the far side, that looks like Yoshi Chafin.
Coming up for Victoria.
Chafin will end his night here in the 78th minute, getting a nice walk to the sideline from center official Soo-Hee-Um, wanting to make sure that he hurries. He's not having any sort of gamesmanship, trying to milk some clock there. Chafin, great night, 78 minutes, well done. And now Miguel Berry with his turn. Cross comes in off the corner, the header goes away. Jensen's out to pressure. Now the corner again from Goto. Sends it in the far side of the box, and it's going to roll over the goal line. Christensen just watches it. Another sub at the 50 for the Sounders. Miguel Berry was the last one. He's got 2 goals and an assist on the season. We'll see who checks off now. It looks like Jones is going to walk his way over to the far sideline. So Adam Jones' night's done on the season. He still has 4 goals, 3 assists. Didn't add to his tally tonight, but he may as well have by earning that PK.
Sounders U23 substitution. Leaving the game, number 20, Adam Jones. And into the match, number 14, Vince McCluskey.
French looking for a through ball to Barry. But now on the other side of things, chasing it down is Batusel. Out of bounds, last touch off the Sounders. Highlanders have a throw in on the far side. Batusel still working with it. Now it's into the feet of Bartolio. Brought near side by McCurdy. Sends it back where it came from. Last touch off Batusel of Highlanders, and the Sounders now have a throw in far side of the field in the 80th minute. And Soo-Hee-Um wants the ball thrown in where it went out. Very particular on those tonight. Making sure no one's getting any extra inches. Miguel Berry wins the header, tries sending it up the line. Berry with the fresh legs trying to chase it down. Now it comes over to the near sideline. Johnson working with it. Tries sending a through ball, but he doesn't get McCluskey into enough space. Now a long ball goes diagonal over the top. Plays this off to Bartolio. Sends it back in the air to the far side. Bartolio now top of the box, dribbling in. The Sounders clear their lines with only about 30 yards. Square ball gets sent into McCurdy. Plays it even wider for Johan Smith. Smith sends that one into the chest of Derek Johnson. Double substitution on the way for the Highlanders. And with the only 2 men left on the bench, it looks like Justin Donaldson and Solomon Constant are going to be the 2 to check in. Leaving the match, looks like it's Shogatu, the 5-goal scorer on the season, as well as Iski Van Doorn.
Victoria Highlanders FC substitutions out of the match. Number 4, Sho Goto, and number 9, Solomon Constant. Into the match, number 7, Justin Donaldson, and number 17, Iskander Van Doorn.
Out of bounds, Sounders ball on the throw-in. Johnson and McCluskey are battling for the ball up the near sideline. Those two Tacoma Stars teammates during the MASL season. McCluskey on the quick throw, finds Barry. Barry's got a lot of green in front of him down the line, cuts into the box. Barry with the cross. No one home on top of the PK spot. And now the Highlanders want to break out the other way. Just a reminder, the Highlanders are playing with 10 after Simon Norgrove, the keeper, got red carded after 2 yellows. That led to the third goal of the PK. Now it's Christensen. Picks up the ball in his own box, 83rd minute here at Sunset Stadium. Blackstock chases that down to the sideline, but he cannot get it past Constant. Blackstock turns it up the sideline. That time he gets it past it himself. McCluskey on the turn, lots of space around him. Plays into the middle for Peterson. Troy Peterson now carries. Blackstock can't find Miguel Berry in behind. The Sounders attack is still in full pressure here. Renica with a soft touch out of bounds. And another substitution on the way. Derek Johnson is going to check out of today's match here in the 84th minute. Johnson has a goal today, make it his second on the season.
Sounders U23 substitution, leaving the match number 33, Derek Johnson. And entering the match number 23, Colton Cavey.
Colton Cavey, a talented player. The only 2 people on the Sounders bench that they have not used tonight. They have defender Tyler John on the bench, as well as backup goalkeeper RJ Knoll. Derek Johnson now 2 goals, 2 assists on the season after his PK today. Ball is in the middle of Constant. Taken over by Cavey. He gets his first touch of the match. 6 minutes to go for Cavey. We'll see what he does. Ball intended for McCluskey. Gets it on the second bounce. Barry, lots of space. Barry's going to cut in, put the ball on his right foot, takes a little pressure on the right shoulder. The Highlanders take over possession. Sent back to Hayama. Ani battles for that one, and it gets sent to the back line off of Donaldson. Header 1 flicked on by Patuzal. In the middle for Peterson. Sends a long ball up and over the top for McCluskey. But with how high these goalkeepers play off their line, the Highlanders do not let any direct balls through. Give and go played up the line. Hayama getting a little dangerous here, dribbling past Barry. Sends a long ball to Renica. Renica looking for Cavey. He turned his head on the ball. Now Renica has to try and get that away. As Batusel is chasing it down. He keeps it in. Batusel with a great move to get past one, but not to get past the second. Cavey again has to clear. Barry back towards goal. Plays a square ball over to Schaefer. Schaefer inside with Peterson. McCluskey now at the 50. Plays to Barry on the far side. Barry being a sideline to sideline striker out here in these last 5 minutes. Ani. McCluskey in an offside position. He's on net. He's going to strike it anyways. Just a hair offside. McCluskey may have been too fast for the assistant referee's eyeballs there on the far side. Got into a great opportunity, but just a bit too quick there as the Highlanders get things rolling again. McCurdy tries playing down the line. Redica's there. Cavey takes a touch. Into Barry. Barry plays it far and wide. Now cutting into the center of the field. Back out for Cavey. Cavey looking to play direct for Schaefer. The overlap from Cavey. 2 men in the box. We'll see if Cavey wants to cross it. He's going to drop back to Schaefer. Tries playing in the box for McCluskey. McCluskey back to goal, bouncing ball. Trying to turn on it. McCluskey still trucking along. And there's the whistle blown dead. Vince McCluskey, the 88th minute, had an opportunity inside the box. Could not get the turn cleanly before he ripped a shot. The Highlanders trying to carry into the neutral third. Touch goes up the line. And a great turn on French. Still carrying is Donaldson. Donaldson taken off of his feet. There's going to be a foul called, I think, on Donaldson. Casey French there was the victim. So we're in the dying embers of the game here at Sunset Stadium. See if the Sounders can hold this one out. Barry on the second ball. Jensen's now pressuring Constant. In the middle for Batusel. And now Barry has space in front of him, but not a lot of numbers. Plays the ball to the corner flag for McCluskey. Cavey waving his arms. He's headed towards the back post. McCluskey trying to work through a double team. Gets taken off his feet, but he wins a corner. And with Adam Jones not on the field, we'll see who jogs over to take this corner. We see Miguel Barry hit some set pieces, but I'm sure that the Sounders U23 will just want to play this one short and try and hug the ball into the corner flag. Try and tick as many seconds as they can off of the clock here. On the far side of the field for the corner kick, Ryan Schaefer is on it. No support in for him. 4 men in the box. 1 man on top is Colton Cavey. 4 defenders are smartly back for the Sounders. Schaefer on the corner kick, sends it in. Takes a touch as Peterson still carrying it. Peterson trying to be able to turn. Gets past 1 defender, drops it off. French with the cross into the box. Barry sets it. Shot from the top of the 18, and he just skies it. Wasn't able to get his knee over the top of the ball. But Barry was able to turn and try and crack one. Header won by Ani. Touch brought down by Eng.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Bartolio.
Stoppage time for the second half.
Now ball bouncing on top of the box.
Has indicated a minimum of 2 minutes of stoppage time.
McCluskey is able to pull that one away. The Sounders on 3-on-3. McCluskey trying to find Barry. Now that ball bounces very luckily to Cavey, but he can't get a clean touch on it.
Fans, make sure to stick around for autographs after the game. The Sounders will be signing autographs on the east side of the stadium right after tonight's match. And also remember, MVP Physical Therapy is a proud supporter of the Sounders U23. MVP Physical Therapy designs programs to improve functioning.
McCluskey gets taken down there in the defensive third of the field. Soo-hee just wants to make sure that nothing got out of hand there late in the dying embers of the game. Wanted to make sure that everybody stayed calm and he didn't have to pull out another red card on the night. Barry on the second ball, lays off for Cavey. Takes a touch back. Plays wide. Schaefer. Dribble drives into the box. Takes a shot. Schaefer, it's in off the post! The Sounders add on a fourth in the 90th minute. Almost from nothing. The play between Schaefer and KV on top of the box is able to set up Schaefer on a quick one-timer from 18 out, and it snuck in just past Yuichiro Hayama. And what a way to finish off tonight at Sunset Stadium, as it surely has to be close to the last kick of the match.
Fourth goal of the night, scored by number 25, Ryan Schaefer.
Christensen charging off of his line. Nathan Awney's there, unneeded for Christensen. KV gets to McCluskey. McCluskey turns, and there it is. That does it. 4-1 on the night. The Sounders get a victory in their last home game on the USL PDL season. It was a great match. Eddie Naw scored in the 25th minute with help, lots of help from Trevor Jensen. Troy Peterson scored in the 47th minute on nearly his first touch. That was assisted by Yoshi Chafin. Derek Johnson scored on a PK that Adam Jones got pulled down in the box on and sent off Simon Norgrove. And to cap things off, Ryan Schaefer was able to hit an 18-yard bullet, found its way onto the back post, found its way into the net. So the Sounders got a much-needed win tonight to keep their playoff hopes alive, and that will do it for the home matches for the Sounders U23. Thank you for tuning in all season long to the USL PDL on YouTube. Thank you to my chief engineer, Adam Weigel, for producing all of these games, and thank you to the entire Sounders U23 organization and Darren Sawaski for allowing me this opportunity to broadcast Sounders U23 all season long. So for the last time, for the Sounders U23, for everyone here from Bootstrapper Studios, I'm Peyton Behrens. Thank you for tuning in to this broadcast of the USL PDL, brought to you by YouTube.
Got a special presentation coming.